What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop, my B-Day edition. Yeah, kid.
It should be day. Put it on replay. Bottle of Mo, it's 12 o'clock. Party tonight, still got a shot for the B-Day. Go, it should be day. Go, you know black people late for everything. Forget the he say, or the she say. It's the B-Day, yeah, it's my B-Day. Wake up, you feeling good on your birthday. Stretch, wake and bake, it's early. Go to the dresser and turn the music up. Lay out the clothes, feeling fresh as fuck. Doing whatever, breaking all the rules. One day a year, I feel invincible. That's how you live when you celebrate. Sell lips, bet the flick, say 1,000 days. B-Day though, it should be day though. Bring it to the section that we pay for. Ice in the bucket, keep my drink cold. Sparkles on the way, tell the DJ it should be there. It's my B-Day. You know black people late for everything. Even they be there. Still my B-Day. Still my B-Day. Still my B-Day. I'm gonna need more bottles. I'm gonna need more bottles. With that. I'm gonna need more bottles. I'm gonna need more bottles. Get that. I'm gonna need more bottles. I'm gonna need more bottles. With that. I'm gonna need more bottles. I'm gonna.
Don't talk, sound like the tip of the world.
Time, anywhere, any place. Be safe, act a fool with the bottles when my man beat the case. What's up? What we doing? Getting ready for the night. New day in my life, pockets feeling alright.
What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop, my birthday style. Yeah, kid. Happy to be alive. Happy to be here. I'm grateful, appreciative, and all that good stuff. Shout outs to the cake maker. Keisha made me carrot cake. It's one of my favorites. Slamming. But we know what y'all here for, especially on YouTube, maybe on Instagram, maybe not so much so. But let's get right to it though. Yesterday, 9 games on the slate, and we did completely horrible. Not even gonna lie. Let me see something real quick. 237 recap. Yesterday, 9 games on the slate, we did completely horrible. Horrible, like shit. In fact, I should be fading myself, which I'm starting to think about doing, but it is still early. A lot of floopity style games and just trends going on. But anyway, we went 1 for 8 yesterday. Well, 1 out of 9. We went 1 win and 8 losses. Player of the day was the LA Clippers. They won by 7. The spread was 8.5. And we ain't gonna really dwell on that, but I will say this before we jump into today's games, as I stated yesterday. Wednesday, the first slate, 12 games, 9 underdogs. Friday, 12 slates on the game, right, 9 underdogs. Yesterday, 9 games on the slate, 7 underdogs. So it's looking like it's underdog. And unless you've been betting the dogs, you've probably been losing like me. The favorites have not been winning. So today's show, we taking all the underdogs and we out of here. Nah, I'm gonna stop playing. Anyway, let's get right to today's game. So we ain't gonna be here too long. Like I said, this is my B-Day. Feeling good, feeling blessed, feeling highly favored, as you should. Every day is a blessing. First game up though, we got got the Cleveland Cavaliers at Detroit. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland favorites on the road. They didn't cover their game yesterday. They was giving Milwaukee 6.5. They did win by 4, I believe. Now they giving Detroit 2.5. Detroit is 2-1. Cleveland is 2-1. Cleveland not looking themselves as of late. They are still missing Darius Garland. They are still missing Max Strus. DeAndre Hunter just got back. On the other hand, Detroit Pistons lost their first game at Chicago, who was looked at, in my opinion, is not going to be a good team this year, but they are undefeated. Then they went to Houston, and they beat Houston for Houston opening night. Yesterday, they beat the Boston Celtics, and we had Celtics as a strong play, thinking they wasn't going to go 0-3, and they end up losing the game. In this one here, I like Cleveland. I think Cleveland could win. I think they could cover. I think they will win. I think they will cover. Just the matchups as they start to navigate this new season. Detroit still will be probably top 6, top 7 team in the East. Last year we did see them take my New York Knicks to Game 7 before the Knicks bumped them out of here. Anyway, next game up, we got the Orlando Magic out on the road at Philadelphia 76ers. And Magic is favored by 5.5. And I don't know why. 6.5. I'm looking at CBS Sports app. That's the app that I use. I'm not going to go open up FanDuel, Caesars, MGM, and all that. But just for the sake of purposes, I like to look at it like this. Oh, thank you. Look what Keith just brought me. Yeah. I mean, my nephew calling me. I'm going to answer him in a minute. Everybody calling me, hitting me up for my BDAY. Appreciate all the birthday wishes too, by the way. Where was we? 6.5 though on the road. Let's look at the Magic real quick. 8.5 favorites at home, and this is gonna be their first road game. All 3 of their games was at home. So you played the Miami Heat, favored by 8.5. You won by 4. Granted, Miami is your in-state rival. They know you, you know them. No, it ain't nothing for that. We give you a pass. Atlanta Hawks come in. What was they favored by Atlanta Hawks? It was favored by 5.5. Should have won that game. Lost outright to Atlanta. Atlanta came in there and beat them 111-107. Then the next game, you play at home again. I jumped off the screen by accident. Those Chicago Bulls, who we just spoken about. You was favored by Chicago. How much they was favored by? 6.5. Lost outright. So I don't think they should be favored at all. The public is on Philly, 75%. And although I like to fade the public, because that's how Vegas get us, we see the scandal going on. I'm on Philadelphia's Sixers too. I don't think Orlando should be favored coming in there. They still working in the new pieces. Joel Embiid is not going to play today. When you look at RotoWire, let's do that real quick. Where's RotoWire? I got to open up a new. Joel Embiid, I don't think is playing today. Nonetheless, I still like the Sixers at home. I think they win. Here we go. Starting lineups. Where we at? Starting lineups. Here we go. Yeah, Joel Embiid is out. We still know that McCain is out. Obviously, Barlow and all them out. So this is the team that they got. This is the team that Magic got. I'm going with Philly. Next game up, we got Boston Celtics out on the road at the New Orleans Pelicans. Boston giving 2. No Jaylen Brown. I figured that yesterday when he was balling. Famous, hey, what's up? I was going to hit you back. Thanks for the birthday shouts. I appreciate you, my guy, for sure. Love is love. You already know. Feeling good, feeling blessed. Thank you. Boston -2. Jaylen Brown yesterday, he went off yesterday. He went off, I think he scored 40. 45, something like that. Let me check yesterday, box score. Against the said Pistons. Yeah, he had 41, 6, and 4. He's out. Pritchardson had 21. Derek White had 15. Pelicans at home, second game at home. Lost to the Spurs. I think the Pelicans, with the team that they're going to put on the floor tonight, with the team that Boston's going to put out there, where are you going to get the scoring from? If Jaylen Brown is out, yeah, Derek White could go off for 40. He's definitely capable. He's an excellent shooter. But where else you going to go? Pritchardson, Quinton, where else you going to get your scoring from? And I just see the Pelicans winning second game at home after losing a tight one to the Spurs. And we know the Spurs are still undefeated. They 3-0. Zion Williamson is questionable, but even if he don't play, Jordan Poole, Trey Murphy, Herbert Jones, Messi, and the backup guys off the bench, I think that'd be enough. I'm going with the Pelicans. Next game up, we got Atlanta out on the road at Chicago Bulls. Atlanta giving 2.5. Atlanta, we still don't really know what to make of them. I think they, when it's all said and done, obviously barring health and everybody's healthy, I think they will be one of the top 7, might even get in there to 6 or 5 team because the East is wide open. Again, Giannis, Cleveland, my Knicks, they keep forcing the Knicks and Cleveland on us. But I think Detroit probably will try to have something to say. Definitely the Bucks, they look good even though they lost yesterday. With that being said, Atlanta got a chance. I think Atlanta's the better team tonight. I know Chicago is undefeated. Fading them at home in this early season has definitely been the Dogs. But I think this is a game that Atlanta can bounce back after their last game they lost to who Atlanta lost to? They got blown out by Oklahoma City Thunder, which is no knock on that. Oklahoma City is probably the best team, if not top 5 dead or alive team in the NBA. Plus they just got their rings. So there's no harm in that. I think they come out, put a better effort forward, and I think they win. Next game up, we got Brooklyn Zoo out on the road at Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Brooklyn is getting 15.5. Yesterday they was getting 10.5. Some of y'all was giving 12.5 from the Spurs. I called them with 10.5. That's the only game that I actually won yesterday was the Spurs. They covered at 11, just right on time. If you had them with 12, then you won with Brooklyn. If you had the Spurs, then you lost. But I had Spurs minus 10.5. That's the only one we had yesterday. So there's no place to go but up. In this one here, I really see Houston spanking, taking them behind the woodshed, as Jay would say, or as I like to say, spanking you like when you come in the house after your curfew, when your parents be like, did not tell you not to come in this house after curfew? Y'all ever got beat like that? Where every time you got hit, they hit, every word they said was a hit. Did not tell. Like, I think they're gonna get spanked tonight. I could be wrong. Underdog's been covering, but we off that game. I think Houston wins and they cover. Next game up, we got Toronto Raptors out on the road at the said San Antonio Spurs. Spurs giving 4.5. Spurs won yesterday, they 3-0. Toronto 1-2, lost yesterday to the Dallas Mavericks. Real side note, because I did take Toronto yesterday, but 2 quick games about yesterday. If you watched the show yesterday, when I was talking about the Knicks in Miami, I'm like, I'm taking the Knicks. I'm not betting on it, but I got a funny feeling Miami is gonna win, and I was right. Also on the Toronto game, like I got a funny feeling. If you watched the show yesterday, Dallas is not gonna lose 3 in a row at home. They're one of the first teams to play their first 4 games at home. Anyway, with that being said, Toronto lost to Dallas yesterday. We should have just took Dallas, right? Instead, we made Toronto a fucking money pick. With that said, today, I'm taking Toronto again. I think they put up hella points yesterday. I think the final score was, let me just look at the score real quick from yesterday. 129 to 139. Shit went hella over. I think the 4.5 points will be good. I'm not gonna be surprised if Spurs win money line, but I'm gonna take Toronto. Next game up, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder out on the road at the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is getting 8.5. I think OKC wins. I think they cover. I think it's no problem. Now, in the past, OKC has been getting spanked by Luka and them. Luka been having a number. SGA just got there not too long to trade from the Clippers, etc. Paul George, that whole thing. Being a young team, Luka up and coming, and Luka been having a number. Luka's not there now. They got Cooper Flag, first round draft pick. He looked high yesterday. I think he will be a solid player this year as a rookie. I don't know about rookie of the year. Anyway, I think OKC get back to their winning ways. Obviously, they blew out, Atlanta on 117, 100. I think this is a similar game, 115, 100, maybe even 120 to 90. You know what I mean? 85. I think they put the clamps down. They win. We do need to look at the injury report real quick because OKC is still dealing with some injuries, but not the main players. SA gonna play. Dirk gonna play. Dirk, Homecheck, Hallenstein. The whole starting 5 lineup, but Caruso is still out. J Dub is still out. and Isaac Joe is still out. So they've been out. I think it's not going to be an issue. I think they win, and I think they cover. Next game up, we got the Phoenix Suns out on the road at Utah. Utah 1-1, I believe. Let me look real quick. Utah 1-1. Phoenix 1-2. Phoenix coming off the ass whipping of the Denver Nuggets 133-111. They got spanked. They got spanked with the Clippers 129-102. Third game on the road after opening up the season, looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous against the Sacramento Kings. They was down in that game, end up having to come back in the fourth quarter, and they won 120-116. They won by 4, and I had Sacramento in that game with 4.5. With that being said, Clippers a rough game. Denver's a rough game. That was a back-to-back. You have one day off. Now you're going to play a run-and-gun team at home. Last night when I took a look at the spread was Phoenix -1.5. This is CBS Sports app again that I like to look at. And we live on YouTube and we live on Instagram, so y'all can see. Now, Utah is favored by 1. And rightfully so. I'm on Utah. I think at home, think they could beat them. RotoWire has Jalen Green out, Dylan Brooks out, the 2 trades for Kevin Durant. I'm Kevin Durant. I think Utah blow them out, honestly. That 1-point spread, and we going based off the trends of last year, how it should be going. Even in football, when you see -1, they giving you a chance for you to tease it, which I don't really tease. You to buy 7, you to buy 8, and it don't matter because they get blown out by 10, 14. You be like, damn. They made it seem like it was going to be an even match game, and one team ended up getting blown out. I think the team that get blown out tonight is Phoenix. With that being said, next game up, we got the Denver Nuggets out on the road at Minnesota. And when you see me looking like that, that's how I could put the timestamps for people that catch the show afterwards. Anyway, Denver giving 6.5. And Minnesota has had that number. In fact, let me just look up there real quick, because even in the playoffs, I know it's like 10 or 9 games straight. Last 5 matches, Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. When you go to NBA, this is how I do the homework sometimes. As I told y'all 2 shows ago, sometimes it matters when you look and go see who played, how much they scored and all that shit. Some of it matters, some of it don't. But, yeah, Denver won the last 4 games. This is just regular season, but they did beat them in the playoffs last year. And then even in preseason, they beat them. So they got their number, and I think it's not going to matter. Let me go back to RotoWire. Ant-Man is not going to play tonight. I think they said I'm not sure what happened to him. I didn't watch the game. But he's the only one out. I think it's no problem. Denver might win money line, but I'm not betting that they go on the road, in a hostile environment, a team that been punching them in the mouth, and you still working in your new pieces. You got Bruce Brown back. You got Tim Hardaway. Who else new they got? They got Valanciunas. Somebody else. Who took Michael Porter's spot? And Michael Porter, who they brought? Oh, Cameron Johnson. So they still got the Joker, they still got Murray, but until they get some more cohesiveness and they start to gel, there's no way I can lay 6.5 on the road with a team that's been spanking you, even though they're missing their best player. I could see them winning money line, but not by 7 or 8. So I'm going with Minnesota in that game. Next game up, not 19-minute mark. We're gonna get out of here in a second. Next game up, we got the Golden State Warriors at home, laying 8.5 on the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies coming off beating the shit out the Pacers, and that spread was 1. And I was on Indiana. I'm like, Memphis played the day before. They got blown out. Can't remember who they got blown out by Miami, 146-114. I'm like, there's no way. But maybe they rest their play. I didn't watch the game. It's early in the season to be watching all of the games. Anyway, I thought the Pacers was the better play. I was wrong. They blew the Pacers out 128-103. First game on the road, like the other team that I mentioned. Who was I saying that about? Anyway, First game on the road, go and play against the Warriors, who, on the other hand, got blown out by the Trailblazers right after the scandal comes out. Who say sports ain't rigged? Say that again? Right. Same day after Chauncey Billups is in the news, Terry Rozier, Damon Jones, all the rest of the folks in the mafia get money, right? You want to see my flow in my living room? Get money, Junior Mafia. The very next day, who wins? Portland, blowout, and Miami, blowout. Right. Sports ain't rigged, though. Players don't be doing the most. Coaches that make millions don't be rigging games and doing shit. I know, shit is just talk. Anyway, they got blown out by Portland Trailblazers, and we had the Portland Trailblazers, and we had Miami that day. Anyway, with that being said, I like the Golden State Warriors to win and cover. Kimberly, what's the word? Happy Monday. Monday motivation. I like the Warriors. Last game on the slate, 20 mark. 20. Let's make it the 21 mark. 21 mark, we got the Portland Trailblazers, speaking of them, on the road at the LA Lakers late show. Portland giving 2.5. A lady, happy Monday. Lakers last night, I had Sacramento plus 3.5. This is before they made Sacramento the favorites after Luka Doncic was going to sit out. And then they still win, right? They still win. How does this happen, right? When they best players be out? I know y'all got to think of that. Y'all been following sports as long as me, been betting on sports as long as me. Even if you a degenerate, because I'm not a professional at all, I tag JaY Briggs. He's the professional, and that's who I like to go against. A little fun, little friendly competition. Anyway, with that being said, I like Portland to win and cover. And with that being said, I played the BDAY song. It's my birthday. We ain't going to play the BDAY song right now. We're going to play the regular schedule song. Where we at? Right here. Theme music, and then we get to the locks. Oh, you knew the Lakers last night? I was on Sacramento.
Yeah. Great fire.
Winner, chicken dinner, money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper Gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner, money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper Gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band lines in the air, throwing signals.
All right, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me. The winner, chicken dinners. I'm going to keep it all the way 100. That's why if you on YouTube, you see my record. On Instagram, you can't see the record, but I'm going to put the thumbnail after this live. I've been doing bad on the plays of the day. I've been doing bad on the locks. Can't go nowhere but up from here. So with that being said, this is who I'm taking today. You can do what you want to do, but this is who I'm taking. Going with Cleveland. Going with Philly. Going with Utah. Going with Golden State. Going with Portland, and the play of the day is the OK City Thunder Buddies. We're going with OKC as the play of the day. Once again, 6-pick. Cleveland, Philly, Utah, Golden State, Portland, and OKC as the play of the day. Let me know who you like. Let me know who you taking. Let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. And lately, I've been losing. If you've been taking the favorites and you ain't been on the underdog train since the season opened, like me, you've been losing. Like I said, Wednesday, 12 games, 9 underdogs. Friday, 12 games, 9 underdogs. Yesterday, 9 games, 7 underdogs. And out of those teams, I got 2 underdogs for today. I do think it's going to be some favorites today. It is a lot of games today. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA, picking with Pop. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here on my B-Day. Yeah, kid, let's get some money today.